No! I didn't get a warning!
I was going to put my sticker on my water bottle, but I ran out of time.
That's what breaks are for.
Sure.
Welcome in, everybody!
Welcome into our chaotic and no, you're not allowed. This is my show for the night. But welcome back to our little show. We're finally after campaign tonight. That was, supposed to be a one shot, but it's never truly a one shot with us. However, with that said, I think Tony had something very exciting that he wanted to show.
Wait, is Tony muted?
No, I can... Oh.
Back at it again!
Welcome to Reality Break, where no one can hear what I'm talking about. This time I wasn't muted. Okay, so the streamers out there can get this. The streamers out there can understand this. OBS switched my default audio input device.
Oh, I hate that.
For reasons. Technology.
So basically, you were muted.
Yes,
by your own computer.
By my own computer.
By your own computer.
Darn you, technology! Alright, anyway. So, HexwoodCreations.com. Hexwood Creations on Ko-Fi, TikTok. One-man show. His name is Art. He does a lot of cool stuff. He does dice trays, dice towers, signs. He does inserts for his dice trays, which is super cool. So it's not just you get the one dice tray. No. You could get a dice tray and get like 3 inserts for it to hold more dice, or to have a slot to hold your tablet or phone or pen and pencil or whatever, what have you. That too. And he does into stock items. He does customizations. He's a really cool guy. And here's my dice turret. Not quite a tower, but it's a dice turret, and it's very good. I've ran it a couple times, and it's rolled fantastic. So watch out, Claire. So if you go to hexwoodcreations.com and you use our code RB20, that's Romeo Bravo 20, you will get a discount off of your purchase. And you will also let him know that you found out about his store through our humble little stream, which he appreciates it, we appreciate it, you appreciate it because you're getting a nice product. That's hexwoodcreations.com, code RB Romeo Bravo 2020. Back to you in the studio.
Boom.
And for our lovely other partner that we have, who is very graciously providing this one shot in their little subscription boxes that you can get every month. It comes with the one shot that you can play, such as the ones we're going to be highlighting on here over the next few streams, campaigns and stuff we're doing. And they get to do little dice. You get resin dice, you get metal dice, you get little Japanese candies and stuff. And they're just really cool. I have yet to get a box myself, but one day I eventually will. And then you also get like little themed music to your campaign that you can use as well to like really set the atmosphere if you like. And all you have to do, it's very simple. If you want to give us credit for showing you the lovely world of Dice Box subscription, is use the code Reality Break, and it'll get you 25% off, I believe it is, of your purchase, whether you purchase a subscription or if you just do a one-time purchase.
I think it's 15%.
And then since D wants to talk, and then 15. Oh, 15%. Okay.
Right.
But since Dee wants to
good.
talk and is very attentive, tell us
I
about
forgot to get my
where
dice
you can
out.
hang out.
We can hang out anywhere, but it's really cool to hang out in our Discord, the Break Room, where we post hot memes about hot topics in D&D and other goofy things, because that's what we are and truly aspire to be. We also have some things like if you are looking for a community to play with, or if you're a DM and you want a party, or if you're a party who needs a DM, you can join our server, play in there, and find friends. Lifelong friends, like the ones we have become. But the break room. Reality break. Oh, you see what we did there?
I love the sound effect too. Oh, just in case it was missed before, the partnership is with Dragon's Nest Delivery. That's the name of the
Yes.
company. So
Yes.
I didn't hear it, so I want to make sure it got called out. That doesn't mean it wasn't said.
The
that
link
just
is in
means
the chat.
links in the chat. Okay.
As
Sorry.
is the discount code. It is Reality Break, all one word, capital R, capital B.
And Christy, what can people do if they want to remember something other than take notes?
Write it down.
They can clip. So we appreciate clips. Make sure that you give your clip a title. Clip whatever you find funny or interesting or memorable. And sometimes those clips appear in other places. But mostly it helps us get a little bit more discovery here on Twitch. Make sure you give it a title.
And such places you can see our... Yep, you did. And such places you can see our clips, might you ask? Well, there's this place called TikTok that you can see them, where we post not only our clips, but we also have all kinds of other fun, engaging content. Lately, we've been doing, forget what they're called. I know what it is, but I can't think of the name.
Reimagined.
No, the little reimagined, yeah, reimagined things where we take, I don't know, like something like the Scooby Gang and reimagine them in a D&D party. And so whatever suggestions you have, you can send those to us, and we'll take those and we'll make a D&D party out of it. And you never know, your suggestion might just be the biggest, like, revolutionary new way to play D&D. So you won't want to miss out on that, would you?
Mm-mm,
And then
absolutely
random selection,
not.
Tony, where else might you find content to watch?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So we have ourselves an Instagram where we will post pictures and questions of the day, stuff like that periodically. We also have all of our campaigns, because we have two long, for those that are new or popping in for the first time, we have two ongoing long-term campaigns right now. One set in the homebrewed world, not 100% homebrew world, called Starheal, which is DM'd by yours truly. And then we have another long-running campaign that is in a adapted from Faerun world called Osiria, which is DM'd by our lovely compatriot Kaylee, who unfortunately cannot be here tonight. But you can find those on YouTube. We have campaign chapters going back, good golly, Miss Molly, 2 years now at this point? 3 years? 3 years? 2, 3
Not
years?
3, but it's probably
2.5-ish.
at least
Two-
2-ish, yeah.
Two
I
two
can
and a
tell
half
you
years.
in about 3 seconds.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, or actually
I
1
need you to
Tennessee,
I need
2
you to
Tennessee,
spell
3
Mississippi out, actually.
MISSISSIPPI.
Let's see.
That's what happens when you have relatives who live there.
Exactly. And
You
remember,
gotta speed through it. MISSIUSSIPPI.
well, that's the only way I can remember how to spell it.
I'm too dyslexic for that.
Dyslexia, have I?
Don't talk about me like that. So the oldest one we have is Starhill Chapter 2, Episode 19. If you want Starhill chapters before Episode 19, you will have to go to our TikTok channel and look at the recap of Starhill Chapter 1 by none other than Lockjaw, aka Tony. Tony, because we sadly didn't click the save VODs option on Twitch when we first started streaming and lost all of those videos before we realized. So there's that. Yes. But that's going back quite some time, honestly. So
regardless,
we weren't always professional streamers.
And we still
maybe one day
today.
we will be. So anyway,
Someday.
So check out our YouTube.
Dreams.
We do have a YouTube, so you can catch up on our previous content on there. We also do have a Blue Sky, which if you want to get away from X, formerly known as Twitter, we do have a Blue Sky account. It's not as active as it should be, but we do have it out there. We do want to start more engagement on there too, so go on there and give us a follow. And you can send us stuff via carrier pigeon. That's another good way too. That's it. Claire, back to you.
Boom.
All right. Well, with all of our announcements out of the way, we can finally get back into the world of Lovestone, or the village of Lovestone, rather, and see where we left off.
Christy!
Sorry. I just realized.
I can do the cat thing now.
And go! Doodaloo!
Go.
Doodaloo! 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 Doodaloo!
I had to.
What is with the
Last
cats?
we left off in... it's the new thing. You gotta get with the times, Tony.
A dinosaur?
But last we left off, we had a very peaceful resolution, surprisingly peaceful, at least to me, resolution to our story. But it's not quite over yet. What happened last time is we finally discovered who was responsible for all of the chaos that erupted in the village of Lovestone during the festival, and we found out that it was a misguided attempt by someone to reignite a lost love, and they had no intentions of harming people, but they did, and they were very sorry, and we left off there kind of bittersweet ending. You know, they didn't get what they wanted, but they were still able to move on at least a little more in a sense and kind of find a new direction in life. However, there was one problem that we still haven't solved, and that is this river that is very polluted looking. It looks like someone might have done it actively. That's where we left off. We're gonna go investigate that and see what's up.
Yeah.
So,
I lost all of my
where's
notes.
everyone's thoughts at?
Yeah. Well, first off, shout out to Inara for her wonderful persuasion check to convince
My
Phalandir.
+0 charisma coming in clutch.
I would like to think that Legionnaire's inspired speech about love, finding love and finding out what love means as a Warforged helped. Even if it didn't help, it helped.
Helped. I mean, Inara did basically just say what Legionnaires.
Essentially. So I would like to take like 20% credit for that successful roll. So you're welcome.
I think that's
Only
fair.
20?
I'm trying to be modest. I mean, I didn't actually roll the dice. I mean, she did the hard work. I just am taking partial credit for it.
Teamwork that made the dream work.
Exactly. Yeah, so I imagine as we're walking by, or as we're walking back, because we're still walking Phalandir back to the town to, kind of face justice at this point, even though he seemed very remorseful about what happened, and, we helped to bury the remains of his love he was trying to resurrect. So as we're walking along, and just to kind of, touch on, kind of catch up on new followers here, new viewers. I am playing Legionnaire, a Warforged who is basically black, all black, like metal composite with a rose tinted singular eye, no mouth or ears or anything like that can be that's discernible. Think Legion from Mass Effect. That's basically what I look like.
Playing Inara, who is a female satyr monk who's almost 7 feet tall and has brown hair with green streaks in it.
I don't think I realized she was that tall.
I didn't either, bro. I thought she was like 4 foot.
I thought too. I thought satyrs were like short.
Satyrs aren't tall.
She's 6 feet tall. Sorry.
Okay. All right. That's a little bit better.
I modeled her after Fern from Critical Role Campaign 3, who is like 7 feet tall.
Bro, you're
Satyrs
terrifying in my eyes
want.
now.
I'm a giant goat lady.
With a heart of gold.
I'm intimidated. When it was just, short you, me, and Roly Poly Oly over here, it wasn't that bad. A gem. Okay. I am playing Florence Jingleton. I shouldn't make a character with a name that I laugh at. She is
I came up with Eleanor Wind Chimes, so
I mean, it's fine. She is a half-elf ranger who has silvery hair and blue eyes. Generic.
Wow.
Wow, a half-elf ranger, Devin. Way to
Wow.
go.
Wow. And in other breaking news, water is wet.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So anyway, I imagine as we're all walking along, we're walking with Phalandir. Legionnaire would kind of pipe up and say, ask, this one does have an inquiry, if you have a moment. And he's kind of asking the two of you.
Sure.
Yes.
We have completed our primary objective, which is investigating and resolving the conflict at the temple. However, this one is curious if we should go and investigate the mysterious river, the mysterious happenstance of the river, and the footprints that we identified prior to going into the temple.
I mean, I'm okay with it because I'm not gonna lie, if the water is green and it's going to town, we should probably figure that out. I don't think the townspeople would like that very much if their water started turning green.
I agree. I mean, if this is not related to the whatever was going on at the temple, which it could be. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that crystal thingy does. And it's still green when we pass by, then I agree. We should investigate. Because exactly, I would not want to drink green water. So I think we should look into it.
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
This one has been curious though, because this one has heard you two drink green tea before. So, as one that does not drink normal substances, is there too much of a concern?
It's really different. I don't really know.
It depends on what is making it green. Because green from like algae or like sometimes different minerals in the stone around the water can make it kind of look greenish. But green tea is specifically made from tea leaves, the specific types of tea leaves. And so the tea leaves, it's called green tea, but it doesn't necessarily look green. It's called green tea because that's what color the leaves are, as opposed to like black tea because the leaves are cured, and so it makes it black. And like, so it's called green tea because of the type of tea leaves, not because that the drink is green necessarily.
Right.
Curious.
So it's not the same. So it's not to say that I won't drink green things, but I would want to know why it is green, if that makes sense.
That is a fair assessment. Thank you for the clarification, compatriot. And they'll do a little head nod.
You are welcome.
All right. So, how close are we to the river at this point?
It's fairly close. It's about like a 5-minute walk from the river to the temple.
All right.
Okay.
So we'll. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just agreeing.
Okay. Legionnaire will turn to Phalandir and say, this one has an inquiry, if you have a moment.
Got a lot of time on this travel.
Were you aware of the discoloration of the river when you first approached the temple?
No, it didn't. Everything was fine before I started messing with the crystal.
Curious.
It might be the crystal being out of whack.
There might be correlation. Yes. All right. So, I'm guessing we're all gonna cross the river and look at the footprints again.
I want to see if the river's green. Still.
Can I do an investigation check?
Yeah. Do we need to roll to see if
It's still green.
Cool. Did we notice if it smelled weird? I don't remember. Did we do like a check to see if it smelled different or weird or anything like that?
We haven't done any checks. That's why I was asking.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Really just wrote gross river.
I wrote Green River.
It's very similar.
I'm not sure you'd want to smell it, given the color of it. But, you know.
I would like to know if it smells bad. If it's green and it's fine, then
Is
Can
it
we
poison?
yeah, exactly.
Wait,
Can I
Nora, go poke it
investigate?
with your stick. That seems to be your cure-all for everything.
No, I like this stick. I'm not going to poke my. What if it's acid? I'm not going to poke my stick in it.
But you'll put your finger in
Like
there.
the stick.
No, I'm going to smell it. That is different. I'm not going to poke my finger in it. Not unless it smells bad. Then I will definitely not poke my finger in it. But if it doesn't smell bad, then maybe I will. I don't know.
All right. So I guess we approach the riverbank. We cross the bridge, go over to where the footprints are. I will say Legionnaire would want to investigate the footprints first over the river. So
Denara would want to smell the river.
I would want to go for both, but if I had to choose, I'd probably go to the river.
Okay. Well, you can smell the river from the bridge. It smells of rotten decay.
Ooh.
I am definitely not putting my staff in the river. That sounds.
What
Sounds
kind
gross.
of rot?
Like rotten fruits and
Are there
like
any
if you
fish?
had a cantaloupe in the fridge that was in there for a month before you tore it out.
Gross.
Gross.
Are there any fish
Ew.
in it?
No.
Are there
As far as I
dead
can tell, there's
fish in it?
nothing living in it.
Like bodies
There's
of
nothing
fish?
living in there. You don't see anything dead, but as far as it looks, it's all contained to the river, and it's just this green, murky.
Can we see through it?
No.
Okay. Can I throw something in it and see what happens?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up a rock. And I'm gonna throw it in. And then I'm gonna take like 2 paces back.
Plop.
I don't know why, but someone dropped
All
something
right.
and it was this perfect sound effect. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
That was... My pen fell.
Perfect.
It was perfect because it was like plop. Sorry.
To the footprints then, I guess.
Yeah, so while she's doing that, Legionnaire is going to want to investigate the footprints to see, like, how many, like, if they can identify what type of creature made the footprints, like how many there were, how long ago they were, anything like that.
You can roll an investigation.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Using my Dragon's Nest delivery dice and
Yay.
my Hexwood Creations dice turret. I feel like I need to just wear a shirt that says sponsored by, and, you know, That's all I
I
have.
mean,
I'm one giant walking sponsorship. 10 plus 4 for a 14.
Here. Yeah, you can tell they're kind of recent-ish. I mean, you could estimate that they were maybe at least left today or yesterday.
Okay. Can I tell like what made them and
they
how
just kinda look
many? Yeah, how many footprints there were and how many sets there are?
Seems to only be one set. As far as you can tell, and it's just kind of normal, very plain footsteps.
Okay, so like humanoid footsteps.
Yeah,
Okay.
like looks like they were probably wearing shoes of some sort.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Legionnaire will turn to Florence as she's walking over and say, "Well, after analyzing the situation, this one is confirmed that there's only one set of footprints. So at this point, there may only be one perpetrator to the situation, based on the knowledge at hand. So this should hopefully help us reach an easy resolution to the situation."
Are the footprints leading to the wood and back? Like, was it a...
Yeah, it looks
A
like they came
two-way
out of the
trip.
woods and then like went to the river and then went back.
Can we see from where we stand? Can we see like the forest entry? Is there like a path through the wood, or...
There's like a natural trail, like not necessarily like actually paved out, but you can tell there's like
a well-walked trail?
animal traffic or
Yeah, like
it's
a deer
well-walked,
trail,
yeah.
something
Deer
like that.
trail. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess we follow the steps.
That seems
Sounds
like a
good to me.
reasonable to me. Legionnaire is going to turn to Phalandir and say, are you going to be able to come willingly, or will you have to be restrained and carried along?
I mean, can't I just wait here? I'm not going anywhere. And I can follow y'all, but like if there's a danger, I'm not much good for a fight.
Can we trust you to go straight back to town and present yourself to the mayor?
I mean, I can do that, or I can just wait here and wait on y'all to get back. I mean, whatever you prefer.
I mean, I don't know if we can trust you, mate.
I mean, if you want to
did weird
tie me to a
things.
tree here, just
I would rather.
to be safe, you can tie me to.
This one would consider that the preferential situation, considering the actions you have done on this day. So,
Yeah.
This one,
I
this one promises that the restraints will not be tight as to cause discomfort, but just to make sure that you are able to be returned in a healthy state to be given the consequences of your actions.
Like I said, you can tie me up. I have no intentions of going anywhere either way.
All right. So I will take Phalandir, gently walk him over to a like a medium-sized tree, and then just do like a quick wrap around with a rope.
I get some water before y'all leave.
What do you mean? There's a whole river.
I'd rather not drink that and die horribly. Also, if I
Alright, well,
die horribly,
definitely.
I can't face the consequences of my actions.
He does have a point.
It was a joke. Come on.
I will pull out my water skin and leave it for him.
All right. We shall return momentarily, and then Legionnaire will kind of gesture towards the path.
To
Say, on we
Okay.
on we go.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Right. So as you are kind of traveling and the place seems otherworldly in a way. Like it's like somewhere between just normal woods, but there's like something in the air of some kind of aura you can't quite describe.
Did we just walk into the Feywild? I kind of look at Legionnaire and I'm like, Lay, do you feel that?
So Legionnaire is going to kind of look around for a second. There we go. We'll do that. Ooh, that sounds way too ominous. We'll do this one. Okay. So Legionnaire will kind of look around and say, this one has noticed a shift in the natural state. Whether our party has ventured into the Feywild or not, it's as of yet uncertain, but there is definitely a shift in the atmosphere. Can I look down at like the plants or something like that and do either a nature or arcana check to see if they are different than normal plant life?
Christy?
No, go ahead. He asked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can roll an arcana check.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Sorry, I'm really good at arcana.
While he's doing that, technically, I am Fae as a fawn. Could I roll an arcana check basically to know if I recognize that we might have passed through some portal like that or anything? Or perception or something?
Sure, go ahead.
All right.
Which one?
Do arcana.
Okay.
Ah!
And while they're doing that, I would like to cast Find Traps.
All right. Well, my +7 still only got me a 10 on my arcana.
Well, and my
Pretty
+1
flowers.
got me a 7.
Hey, we have no idea. We might have an idea.
Did I find
Yep,
traps?
Pretty flowers.
Okay.
You did not find any traps in them.
It's 120 feet.
Yeah, about all you can tell is like this area kind of seems more lively than the rest, like the surrounding woods and stuff.
We just
Like
going
it
to
seems
Blue
like
Laboratory?
it's more bright and colorful, and it's
Okay.
like constantly springtime in there, basically.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Legionnaire will kind of stand up and turn to Florence and say, "This one cannot ascertain as to whether we are actually in the Feywild or not, but there is definitely some sort of magical enhancement to the area."
I couldn't find any traps.
And then he's going to turn to Nara and say, "Did you get any sense of the situation either, outside of what I?"
Really, it's very pretty. But in my experience, the Feywild is weird. Like, not just pretty and bright, but like also kind of eerie. And usually it's very obvious when you're going through like a portal or somebody does a spell that will transport you. It's usually pretty obvious. So I don't think we're in the Feywild, but I don't really know. I've only I came from there, but it was a long time ago. And I have not been back.
Well,
sounds like a fun place.
It's different.
Well, this one does believe that we should be on guard, as we are unable to ascertain the situation to 100% efficiency. And so so they're gonna pull out their short sword, but it's not like a short sword that's pulled out of a sheath. It's kind of think of the Assassin's Creed dagger. So it kind of just like for flair and flavor, it just kind of shink, like shoots out of his arm.
Like an arm blade.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Omni Blade in Mass Effect. Yeah.
Too much video games.
Hello, hi. Hello, hi. Have you met me? It's nice to meet you. There is my original Super Nintendo, and you can see my original N64 and my original PlayStation 2 Thin and my original Xbox 360. So.
I just love that you called it a PlayStation 2 Thin, not Slim. What a noob.
The other thing he didn't show off is our matching Mass Effect tattoos.
Did not do that.
That I drew, by the way.
That he drew.
Woot woot.
You got my art tattooed on you, bro.
That's cool. Do we need to pay you for it?
No.
Didn't you draw the D20 too?
Yeah.
We're
have my art on me.
Yeah, that's so cool. Shout out to artists all around the world.
Yay.
All right. So yeah, so they are just going to pop out their short sword out of their arm essentially and then keep walking as normal, but more guarded.
And Nara's going to twirl her quarterstaff and just have it like ready.
Florence is gonna shrug and be like, all right, and get a bow and an arrow out and just go ahead and notch it as she's walking.
We doing this? All right. Bet.
Let's go.
Y'all are about to murder some Girl Scouts.
No.
Some Girl Scouts.
Hey, if those Girl Scouts are turning the river green,
then they need to have consequences.
We figured it out.
There it is. All right.
It's their bad batch of Thin Mints. They just dump into the river.
Oh, God.
There you
There's
go.
no such thing as a bad batch of Thin Mints.
True there.
Yeah, there are. It's called Thin Mints.
It's called not Samoas.
Wrong. You're
Ooh,
both
Tony
wrong.
and I are on the same page for once.
Woo!
Wow.
Let's go, dude.
First time to mark it in your calendars, everybody.
I just don't like mint flavored stuff in general. So.
Oh, I love everything mint flavored except for Thin Mints. I want them to be less like hard. It's like eating a brick.
Oh, I love them from the freezer.
Makes it even worse.
I know. It's
They're like
so
super
good.
hard. All right. So anyway, everyone, we're walking, weapons out. Like, I'm not planning on like striking whatever I see first, but just want to make sure I'm on guard. They are on guard. So
Rabbit passes by, just smack.
No, land herring.
RBCU.
Anyway, as you are walking, you kind of come to see a campfire sitting around the fire.
Okay. So you cut out for a little bit. We missed who or what was sitting around the campfire.
But we know there's a campfire.
We know there's a campfire.
A group of individuals.
Group of individuals. How many?
So there's a campfire and there's 4, but there's the campfire and then there's like a couple huts there as well.
And we're still
like these aren't like some like super basic shacks or anything. Like these are actually like they look like they were very well built. Like this almost looks like a pretty well established little encampment type of thing.
Okay. And the one set of footprints that we've been following goes right into this little community?
Yeah, so you've been following the trail and it's in the woods and then it just opens up to this big clearing.
Okay.
What do they look like?
So you see these creatures, humanoid. They appear to have wings.
Like, and they're human-sized? Like, how big are they?
It's not say on here, so I'll say, yeah, they're probably like shorter humans.
But they're like medium size, like tiny, small, medium, large. It should say what size they are, like medium.
Oh, medium, yep. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Wings.
All right.
Like what kind of wings? Butterfly wings, bat wings, bird wings?
Angelic wings.
Butterfly wings.
Ooh,
Butterfly wings. Cool.
They look very like
large fairy.
earthy and natural.
Earthy.
Um,
Can I do a check to see if I could identify what kind of creatures these would be? Like using like
Do a history check.
let's hold on.
Or can I do a check because I'm Fae?
Sure, yeah.
Can I
you
just
do a
reread my
history
notes
check
from
as
last
well.
time and know that it?
Can I cast find traps?
Can I cast I can't anymore. I'm out of spell slots for level 2.
All right.
Cast fireball and just don't worry about it.
Fireball.
All right. Ooh, all right, that worked out better. So my history check is 15 plus 4 for a 19.
And I got a 14 on mine.
I didn't do anything.
So for our role-playing sake, Legionnaire would probably see them kind of stand back on the. They wouldn't walk into the clearing. They would still stand on the skirt. And sorry, and then probably stop it, and you would say, oh, and then their rose-colored glass disc for an eye would start like pulsating while they're going into their data banks. Wow.
Alright. You have identified these creatures as nymphs.
There we go.
You're not quite sure what type, but you at least know from what you know, they should be nymphs.
So I was right when I said I could just look at my last week's notes.
Oh, did you write down that they were nymphs?
Yeah, it says
It's
look
written
into
down too.
wood nymphs.
Oh.
But I didn't know if that was in game or out of game.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Because we talked a
wrote it
little
down.
bit about it out of game afterwards.
That's
and
true.
I couldn't remember. That's
All
why
right.
I didn't bother using my notes from last time.
All right, so then Legionnaires, the pulse is going to stop and say this one has identified them as nymphs. Nymphs, noun, a mythological spirit of nature imagined as a maiden inhabiting rivers, woods, or other natural locations.
I'm pretty sure they're not mythological, considering they're standing right in front of us.
This one
Or
will have
sitting, as
this
it
one
were.
this one will have to update their definitions. Apologies. And so then at that point Legionnaire is gonna be like, we should proceed cautiously, but seek an answer to our question about the happenstance with the river.
Thought you were going to say sneak up on them. I'm like, are you sure you want to do that?
No. And they are gonna pop their short sword back into their arm, and pretty much just walk right out. How far of a walk is it from the edge of the clearing to the fire pit?
It's like about 100 meters. Like they're pretty well within eyesight, but you're like kind of far back enough that they haven't immediately noticed you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Inara follows.
Y'all gonna say anything as you approach? Or...
Probably at least when we get to like the 50-meter-ish. Legionnaire...
Meters, feet, because those are very different things.
They are.
They
very
are
much
very, very different things.
Yeah, because 100 meters is like a football field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just like, it's very close. Like, you know, a little bit of a walk, but like...
Okay. All right.
It's close.
Okay, so then Legionnaire probably wait till we're at the like 25-meter distance, and then probably call out like.
Like 75 feet away. Okay, go ahead.
I don't. But also, they don't want to like surprise them because they know, you know, their databanks know what nymphs are capable of if you catch them off guard. So. They are being precautionary.
So you think yelling at them from 75 feet away, like "hello" is better than
okay?
like
so then,
walking up to them with no weapons and like.
So then, all right. So then, at this point, Legionnaire will stop, and I'm guessing we're probably at like the 50-meter range, and turn to Florence and say, if you would like to lead the engagement with the nymphs, then by all means you are more than welcome to, and this one will defer to you.
Ooh, I didn't go that far. I really don't think I'm the best. Maybe I'm just gonna go out here on a limb and say, you know, maybe not the human, or the, I'm sorry, I'm not a human, wrong campaign. Maybe not the
Did you have an identity crisis, Florence?
I'm half human. I'm half human, half elf, okay? Maybe the half elf shouldn't be the one, but perhaps in motions to Anara and is like, maybe, perhaps the other. And I mean, no offense.
And Inara starts walking off.
Oh, okay. I'm all right. And I just like follow behind.
And I'm tailing third at this point. So.
Yeah, and Inara will walk up and not try to be sneaky or anything, but like clearly making a lot of noise as she's walking up. And when she gets, what time of day is it? I forget at this point.
It's kind of, let's see, it was evening when you got there, so it's kind of late evening at this
It'd be
point.
darkish, right? Then?
So like the sun, yeah, and darkish.
Okay. So when she gets to like essentially the edge of the firelight, she will call out, hello, friends, we have some, how do you say? I have an inquiry if you have a moment.
And you see,
so as you approach
like,
and they hear you,
rose glass like kind of beam a little bit.
As you approach and speak to them, they all fly out, and there's like they're all kind of in front of their fire. Looks as almost they're like putting a wall between you and their fire. There's about three of them that do this, and
she'll stow her quarterstaff real quick and just put her hands up. I do not mean any harm. I just have some questions about the river, and we saw some footprints, and we were wondering if you knew what happened to it, maybe?
And you'll see another nymph approach from behind the wall.
Like from one of the huts?
I'll say no one's ever... Well, like from behind the wall of nymphs, because there were four of them, and three of them just kind of made a wall. You know. So one of them will kind of come to the front of the wall. Well, I'll say no one's ever stumbled upon us like this before.
I mean, we followed...
How do I know you're not here for...
Wasn't stumbling. There was a trail that we followed. But go ahead. Apologies for the interruption.
So why are you here?
The river. Like I said, there's something going on with the river, and I was wondering because there were footprints that led from the river.
Oh,
to
we know
here,
all
or
about
rather,
that.
from here to the river and then back to here. That I was wondering if you knew something about that.
Yeah, well, I think we would know something about that. It's simple. It's a punishment.
A punishment? For what? Wait, you did it? That's a problem. What's it a punishment for?
For the people of the village down the river, well, they're just not very nice people, I'm afraid, and they have to be taught a lesson.
Would beg to disagree because they were, in my mind, over when I was there. Well, until they weren't. But that's a separate problem that I believe that we have fixed. So, what did they do?
Well, which village are you talking about?
Lovestone?
Yeah, Lovestone. That's where we just came from. Did they see me? Did I just talk out of the darkness?
Lovestone. Our beef is not with Lovestone at all.
Then
Your beef is not with Lovestone.
Then who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finding because there
The
was
silent treatment. I see.
No words need to be said.
No, no words, just anger.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Christy for the continual role playing of keeping her hands down.
I know.
It helps me stay
No,
in character.
we have no problems with Lovestone. It's not Lovestone that's the problem. It's Mellowgrove that's the problem.
Mellowgrove. Well, I haven't been there, but I will say that I feel like that river is pretty. It's going to affect more than just the village downriver. And what if there are multiple villages downriver that maybe you don't know anything about? I feel like messing up the river that is going to mess up the fish in the river and the other things that are in the river and things that live along the river. That is not. It feels like overkill.
Is it overkill to punish those who would break the heart of one of our own?
Yes, if you are also punishing things that had nothing to do with it.
A boy from that village hurt one of ours.
Ow.
And we can't stand for that. We can't. I mean, she shouldn't have been out there conversing with other people anyway. But we're just not going to stand back and let her get hurt either. Not without
So why
doing
aren't you
something about it.
punishing that boy? Why are you punishing the whole village?
Hey, who's
All of
this
the
boy?
surrounding villages and countryside and everything. Apologies, Florence. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, who's the boy? And what exactly happened to your friend?
Well, he broke her heart. He promised her that he loved her and that he was going to cherish her, and he didn't.
Oh, mate,
like
that
she could
happens
do-
every day.
Sounds like she could do way better anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
So, can you undo
I mean,
the
our-
river thing, please?
So convincing.
Why should we?
Because you're punishing so much more than this boy who probably deserves it, but I feel like you could probably punish him and not everybody and everything for the miles and miles.
I mean, this is the only thing we can do to reach him. We don't leave from here. very
I want
only to
me
go to the
punish
river.
him for you because I will.
What if we were to bring this person back to you so that you could dole out your punishment as you please and then go from there? I know it's not entirely like real justice, but at least, you know, it's a bit less harsh than like going after an entire people. Because I'm sure that you wouldn't want
Persuasion
to have punishment rain down on you. What?
Roll a persuasion check.
And while she's rolling persuasion check,
I wanna.
DM, do we know how far away Mellow Grove is from Lovestone and where we are currently?
It's probably about half a day's travel to get to
15?
Mellow Grove.
Okay. Okay.
Andy, I don't know that he heard you. Or that
Oh,
she heard you.
15. Sorry.
All right.
Oh. Bad time to freeze. What happened? No.
Right in mid.
No, I was checking the DC.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You're
Do
good.
I win?
I won D&D.
I won D&D. Oh no. Did we lose Claire?
Claire?
Claire.
You there?
Whoop.
What?
Oh.
She moved.
So
What?
we.
What? All right. Well, this works.
Nothing.
Why don't we're at a break time? So why don't we go ahead, take a quick break? We have been in an ad already. Didn't even notice that. Oh well.
What?
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take a break now. So go grab a drink, grab a snack, go potty, and enjoy some clips, and we'll be back in a little bit.
That's good. Because I was worried because your friends seemed to get mad at you.
Well, friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is
Thing
bad.
usually.
Yes,
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
right.
You do also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us